welcome back to another Valhalla MMO tutorial. This one was going to be 2 parts, that's why I'm recording the intro, but I'm combining them into one part. It's going to be brewing recipes and cauldron recipes. They're both pretty interesting. The cauldron recipe is definitely the most interesting and unique, but I'm going to show you this as well. They're both kind of related because they're both for alchemy, but you can use them for wherever you want. It's just they're short enough to combine. Also, real quick, before I start, 90% of people who are watching are not subscribed, so please just subscribe. It takes 5 seconds and it helps me out a lot. And, yeah, here we go. So this is how you do cauldron recipes and brewing recipes. Sorry if it feels a bit out of place at some points, because once again, I recorded these separately, but now I'm going to merge them. Most of the stuff is similar to the crafting one. I recommend everyone watching the crafting one because it just shows some more basics about recipe as a whole. So watch that one, then come back to this one. You don't have to watch any of the other recipe ones. So we're in our little brewing area finally. And if we open up Val recipes, you'll see brewing recipes. So you'll see already there's a bunch here from pre-existing recipes. So let's modify the water breathing one. So consume ingredient. So whatever you put in here, should it consume it? Yes or no? Ingredient options, if you want it to be exactly the same, if you want the potion effect to be the same, you know, things like that. Once again, same like crafting. It's here. Now this one is always a tinkering recipe, almost always a tinker recipe, because it's how potion brewing works. But for some reason, if it's not, and you just want these things to give you a completely different output, all you would do is hit no and put the output here, whatever it would give you. So first you can put whatever you want here as the main ingredient. It's a pufferfish, but you can change it. Then what is required as the potion? So is it an awkward potion? Is it a pre-established like potion, like jump boost or something? And then this is the tinkering base. So it takes these and then turns it into whatever you put in the modifiers. So gives effect water breathing, right? You can change the effect, but it shows how strong it should be, how long the duration should be, and how many charges should it have. But it's a consumable, so it only has one. But yeah, this sets the potion color and potion type. But it's basically like, hey, is it awkward, blah, 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 blah. Then there's this. Now this is math. And this is how it decides on its level of like potion and the length of the potion and things like that, depending on your skill level. If you want to try and understand this, you can. But in the future, I will have an in-depth guide to modifiers that change with your skill level and explain this math and explain the different things. But for now, I'll just try and understand or just copy it from other potions. But that's how that works. So the majority of brewing recipes is modifiers. The majority of tinkering recipes, I should say, is modifiers. We're now looking at cauldrons. Cauldrons are one of my favorite new recipe things because not only are they customizable, but they're just a new recipe thing in general. So you can do /val recipes, then cauldron recipes. I already have some set up, don't worry, making new ones, explaining it the full way through because this isn't as self-explanatory as brewing and crafting because you already have played around with those in normal Minecraft and it's just how to make those. This is a completely new mechanic. So let's just call it test whatever. So not really gonna go over this. This is set display name, description, unlock for everyone, Valhalla tool, tinker, delete recipe, back to menu, confirm, and ingredient options. Those you should already know. Timed recipes, right? So this means once you put all the required items, there's a timer, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 hours, whatever. And after that time's done, it'll give you the produced item. Or you can have it so there's a catalyst item. So you put like 8 things into the cauldron, and then once you put in the catalyst, it just converts everything instantly and gives you the item. I'll show you both because both are different. we're starting with the catalyst. These are block conditions. I've been over those. For this, let's turn on requires hot floor just to show you, but you don't need to have that. So let's have the catalyst be an amethyst shard, and the output to be a blaze rod. Okay. So then ingredients, let's do 2 honeycombs and a slime ball. Right? So you'll see, let's make sure it's exact. So this is basically this option for this, but that's for everything in here, if that makes sense. So let's just hit confirm here, and I won't add any modifiers, but modifiers work as they normally do for these items. Hit confirm, and now let's try and make this. So we need, let me just go overboard once. Let me add a bunch of honeycomb, bunch of slime balls, and then an amethyst shard. I get the blaze rod. Now you might think, where'd all those other items you put in there? If you shift click on a cauldron, you can get extra items out. Just show you that again now, with just talking about that, right? So 1 slime ball, 2 honeycombs. Nothing changes, right? Just so you know, there does need to be some water for these things to take place, but it doesn't have to be all the way filled. Just at least there's some water. Then we add 1 amethyst, and then we get the result. But let me test something. If we add a bunch of honeycomb, a bunch of slime balls, and a bunch of amethyst shards, yeah, it converts as many as it can and gives me the result. So you can do mass production of things there with the timed recipe now. So we do recipes. Let's just edit this one, okay? So make it timed, yes. So how long does it take to cook? So there's no longer a catalyst item, so it's just a timer. Now these are ingredients. Once all the ingredients are met, it will start making this. So let's make it also have 2 amethyst shards required. Then it gives the blaze rod. So it's a very simple concept, but it's just timed instead of the catalyst. So now if I put in a bunch of amethyst, bunch of slime balls, and honeycomb, it bubbles, and then 5 seconds later, it will pop of all our results, and then the extras are still in there. And then obviously you can do this individually, you know, the 2 amethyst, the, what is it, 1 slime ball, and then 2 honeycomb. Yep. And it only works if you get the ingredients right. And then, boom, here you go. As you've seen, these recipe videos are short, but I want to make sure to diverse them. That way someone doesn't have to sit through a 25-minute video just to find out how to do a cauldron recipe or something like that. If this has helped you, let me know. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment or join my Discord server, or better yet, the official Valhalla Discord server for questions. If you have any mechanics you want to learn or think I should go over because it helped you when you learned it, let me know. Tell me in the comments. I'll start doing those soon. Make sure to like the video because a lot of the tutorials are out of date, and there's no real tutorials in depth on this. It's just how to install and what it does. So make sure to like this so it gets up towards the top of people's feeds when they search for tutorials for Valhalla or just Valhalla in general. Thank you for watching. Next one's immersive crafting, and I love it. I'll see you guys then.